Welcome back to Bleach Rebirth of Souls. Listen, if you want to become a pro, you gotta start at the beginning, and I'm here to help you with that. Trust me, after this, you'll be on your way to becoming a pro. Alright, so first things first, everybody in this game has their own gimmicks. Each character plays completely different, and in the long run, you're gonna have to put some time in to really learn everything, but I'm gonna help you with the first beginning steps. Now, the first thing you're going to want to learn is game knowledge. That's right, there's so many different characters with different meters, and they have regular meters. There's just gauges all over the place, and you gotta understand how they work. So let's go ahead and kick it off with this little number over your health bar. It's called Kenpaku, and it's basically a point system that you have to deplete on your opponent's side to win the game. And a great way to get rid of these points is depleting their reishi, aka their health bar. So if you hear reishi, it's a health bar. Next, let's take a look at the spiritual pressure. It's that little orange bar right under each character. Now, your spiritual pressure gauge only goes up to 150, and each move you do can cost about up to 50 or 100 depending on what you do or if it's unique to a different character. You can fill this gauge up by just playing the match, fighting, taking hits, guarding hits, or doing damage to the opponent to fill it up quicker. Now let's look at the bar below that, the reverse bar. Now this gauge is pretty complex, there's multiple uses for it, and it's really gonna be your bread and butter when you're playing the game. Alright, so I want you to notice how it only has 2 bars. Now if you go Awakening or use your Bankai, you are able to get more depending on the character. Now this meter has many uses. Let's go ahead and start with the defensive options for it. The first option is called Burst Reverse, and you can activate this only while you're getting hit. And the way you activate it is by pressing L2 and X if you're on PlayStation controller. Or use whatever controls you're most comfortable with. Now I do got the best control guide in the game. I will be making a video on that soon, so definitely stay tuned. Now, one cool thing to note, when you activate this, it does push the opponent back, gets them off you, but it also gives you 25% extra spiritual pressure. So if you were lacking in that department with the meter, go ahead and pop that, get them off you, and now you got a little extra juice to do some damage. And it's not only that, you also recover your guard gauge faster while you're in this state. So if somebody's really working your guard down, this just brings it right back up. So now they gotta do more work. Alright, so now that I took you there, let's switch it to an offensive option for the reverse meter. Now this option is called the chain reverse, and you can activate it while attacking the opponent. See, now the whole reason for the chain reverse is to help you cancel moves that you wouldn't usually normally do. So if you're doing a combo and notice that your combo stops at a certain amount of hits, you can activate the chain reverse to continue the combo and maybe just extend it a little bit more for more damage. And it's not just that, you get slightly a bit more spiritual pressure for every hit that you land on your opponent while in the chain reverse. So definitely remember to cash out that damage. Now let's go over the ho-ho, or otherwise known as the counter. And yes, you do have to activate this with your reverse meter. So another way to best describe what a ho-ho is basically like a vanish in Dragon Ball or a substitution in Naruto Storm. Alright, so the moment the enemy is about to attack you, you have to press L2 and X to vanish it, or somewhat get behind them. It'll cause a whole cutscene, and now you have the advantage. Now I do want to let this be known, you have to time it. It doesn't just activate just because you pressed it. You have to perfectly time it before you get hit. So hey, go ahead and work on that execution. Now after you bamboozle them with this vanish and start giving them back shots, this also increases your spiritual pressure for a while. But wait, there's definitely more. So you can do a follow-up ho-ho while you're attacking. Yes, you can do it in an offensive way as well. Let me explain. Instead of you anticipating an attack from your opponent, while you're doing your combo, you're going to execute the same inputs for the ho-ho. So you'll automatically go behind them. That triggers a follow-up ho-ho. And when you do this certain follow-up, you can extend your combo in multiple different ways. Now there is just one catch. If you do this, this does reduce the damage modifier for your health or the reishi. So you might just do a little bit less damage, but whatever it takes to push it over the top, just to get the win. Alright, now I know it's a lot of gauge and meter talk, but let's slap another one on top of it because this game has a whole bunch of them. But no, this one is very important. This is the Awakening gauge, or otherwise how you Bankai. It's called Fighting Spirit. So when this meter fills up all the way, it sends you into an awakened state. Now note, there is many stages to this that varies between characters, so definitely pay attention. Now how to activate this is the easy part. You just press the left analog and the right analog stick at the same time, just like a button. Now here's where things get a little bit tricky, but don't worry, I got you. After you're in your awakening state, there's something else that gets triggered while you're in your awakening state called the Kikon channel that also activates while you're in your awakening. So basically while you're fighting in your awakening, this builds another meter so you can do other things with your awakening. I know it's a lot. But the cool thing is after you get that meter filled all the way up, it activates something called the Spirit Drive or the Reawakening depending on what character you have. Now just to let you know, characters that can't reawaken will automatically go into Spirit Drive. So while you're in this state, it boosts the damage you're doing to the enemies and reduces the damage you're taking from them as well. It also increases the movement speed you have and the spiritual pressure that you gain. Now if your character doesn't have a Spirit Drive, that means your character has something that's called a Reawakening that only a few characters have in the game. And those characters are Ichigo, Aizen, Ukiura, and Uryu. Now, I bet you're asking, what exactly is a reawakening? It's kind of like a Awakening version part 2, or like a level up. You know how Goku had Super Saiyan 1 then turned Super Saiyan 2? It's kind of like that, another transformation. Now wait, hold on now. This is where things get really tricky because there's another version that only they have, and it's called a Reawakening 2. I get it, I know it's a lot, but hey, it's necessary. Now each of these characters get this a different way, but it unlocks a huge boost in your power. Okay, my guys, let's go over something called Special Awakening. Now, only a few characters also have this as well. Now, the only two characters that have this is Sanjin and Renji. And you can already guess the reason why is because their awakening, or Bankai, is a huge awakening. One's a Susanoo and one's a large snake. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit different. So in this state, they both get super armor and they can only move in a certain range in this state. Now, the difference between this awakening and regular awakenings is regular awakenings don't go away. This one has a certain time limit. And once the time limit is up, they go into like a weakened state. So make sure you make this time count. All right, my guys, I know that was a lot of information and this game holds a whole bunch more. I mean, a ton more. But don't worry, I got a whole bunch of guides coming out just in a few. So, just be patient and stay tuned. Now you have a basic understanding of what you're gonna need to know when you're going into these fights to become a pro. You finally took the first steps. Hey, but there's a lot more to take after this. Hey, you already know what to do. Lock in my comments, man. I need to know what y'all think about this game that just came out. I mean, hey, listen, maybe you're new or old to it, but I need to know what y'all are thinking. I know it was confusing for me, so I had to help y'all out. Let me know down in the comments what y'all think about Bleach Rebirth of Souls. Oh, and I want to give a shout out to Yoko CB. I do a random subscriber shout out each video, so go ahead and hit that button, alright? If you like the video, then like the video. Make sure to wipe your booty and wash your hands. Your boy send you in Japan. I'll see y'all soon. Okay, so hold on. Before I end the video, listen, I'm almost at 8 minutes and I'm trying to get paid. Look, I got a family. I got a daughter. Look, hey, let me go ahead and just play y'all some gameplay real quick so I can get to 8 minutes. Enjoy the gameplay. I'll throw on some dope music. Just enjoy it.